Horsepower Hobby.
Welcome back to Horsepower Hobby. I am Torque, and in today's video, guys, we have something amazing going on. I am dropping my Cummins off to get the engine work done on it. Finally, guys, all of the parts have come in. The injectors, the intake, the exhaust, everything, guys. It has finally come in. But before we get going with dropping the Cummins off at the shop, I have some other stuff to do. I have to get this guy going. I haven't driven this car in quite a while, but while the Cummins is at the shop getting the engine work done, I need something to drive. So let's see if we can get this thing started today. I don't even think we have power on the batteries, guys. Not a good sign already. Let me just double check and make sure it wasn't just the key fob that's not working. Nothing, guys, completely dead. So we would need a battery. So let me get this thing jumped off and see if we can get it started. So let's turn this thing on and see if we can charge this battery up enough to get it going. When we last shut it off, we set the alarm, and when the battery died, the alarm was still set. So when we hooked power to it, it thought somebody was trying to break in the car, I guess. A lot of noise there, but let's continue on with charging this battery to get it started. So let's give it a shot. So this thing is pretty dead, but we're gonna let it sit a few moments and we're gonna give it another shot. As you can see, I have it set to the highest setting there, the 200 amp start. So it should start right up, but we'll wait a little while and see about going at it again. Just double check our connections here to make sure we're good. Yeah, I believe we're making pretty good connection there. So although this car is not new to me, it is new to the channel. So welcome the pilot to the channel, guys. So this is what I'll be driving for the next couple of days. It's actually my spare car. I don't drive it much because I'm always in the Cummins. I really enjoy driving the Cummins, but I will be driving this for the next couple of days while the Cummins is in the shop getting that motor, I guess, built in a sense. We're getting the bigger injectors and all that stuff put in so that we can build more horsepower. I really can't wait, guys. It's going to be a very, very good thing, and I will be filming along the way. I'll be filming the mechanic and I, mainly the mechanic, putting the parts and stuff into the engine. And once again, this is very, very exciting. I've been waiting on this moment. Give you guys a little tour of the Pilot. A little dirty. It's been sitting a little while. And it's a little noisy out. I don't know if you can hear all the noise in the background there, but the contractors are still here working on the renovation. As you can see, the contractors here still cutting and stuff. They're working on the reno. But let's continue to, I guess, take a look at this situation and see if we can get this thing started here. Just making sure that the connections and stuff are good. So let's give it a shot. Come on, come on, come on. Alrighty, fire right up, guys. So now that we've gotten it started, we're going to wait a little while and just kind of let it run. Just kind of get things going in it a little bit. But what I'm going to do with this car today is take it to a shop. The last time I drove it, the AC wasn't working the best, so I parked it for a little while. And I would come out periodically and start it and just drive it up to the corner store. But nowhere more than a couple of minutes. But we're going to get this thing dropped off at the shop today to see if we can figure out this AC problem, because it is the middle of September and it's, you know, the temperature is in the 90s, and won't be able to drive this thing, or really, I guess I could drive it with windows down, but really don't want to drive it like that with the, you know, the AC not going. So I would love to have AC. And so I'm going to head to the shop and see about getting that done. And we'll come back and pick up the Cummins here in a little bit and drop it off at the shop. And hopefully I can give you guys a little sneak peek of the parts. I'm hoping we'll have enough time for that. Hopefully we can catch the shop while they're open. But we need to drop the Cummins off today so that the engine can cool, so that we can get right on it first thing in the morning and start tearing it apart on a cold engine instead of working on a hot engine. So also, guys, a side note, it's a good thing that we're doing the Cummins build now, because I needed an overhead done on the truck. It is about time for that. And also, I told you guys before in a previous video, I also needed injectors, or rather a injector replacing. Don't make sense to replace one without replacing the rest. So while we were in the process of replacing the injectors, we just went bigger. So we do have more parts, you know, more performance parts rather coming along with that, so that we can build more horsepower, more torque, and make the truck go faster. So I'm hoping to be able to get a really good time the next time we go to the drag strip. But we'll see, guys. So once again, very exciting, and we're getting ready to put all of our charging equipment up. I believe the Pilot is ready to drive, and we'll be heading to the shop. So come along with me. So it may get a little noisy in here. I have the windows down. Got to stay cool somehow. I actually packed a water to go. That way we can stay hydrated. Just gonna head on over, and hopefully we can get this air conditioner problem taken care of today. Hoping it's nothing major. I mean, it was working and then it started kind of fading. I don't believe it's low on Freon. It may be something like a orifice tube. I'm not sure if they have those on here or not, but I've had issues with those in the past on other vehicles. But I'm assuming that may be something like that, not sure. But hopefully we can get it taken care of and be back with AC today. Like immediately, because this is not a way to drive in the middle of the summer. So I hope that you guys checked out my last video. If you haven't, I put a link to it down below. I took a ride along with some friends in their Hellcats. One had a Hellcat Charger, the other one a Hellcat Challenger, and both pushing over 700 and some horsepower. So that's combined 1,400 and something horsepower for one day. That was actually a lot of fun that day. One of them actually took me drifting in the streets of, let's say, Mexico. And that was pretty fun. So hopefully you guys have had a chance to check that out. If not, once again, I put a link in the description down below to that video, because that was absolutely awesome. And the cool thing about those cars is, down on the digital display, you can see I guess the horsepower and the torque that is happening in real time displayed. So I thought that was just absolutely unique. So I've made it to the shop, and I just dropped and broke my camera mount. So going to get the car looked at, and hopefully we can resolve this problem. He's actually hooking it up to the machine now, and hopefully we can get some things going here. So good news, guys, it's already blowing a little cooler, and he's thinking that the cabin filter on the inside is stopped up. It's in kind of a unique place. Never thought to change the cabin filter, so I mean, that could be the problem, man. I don't drive this car much, so wasn't 100% sure, but gonna see if that cabin filter is stopped up, and if it is, we're gonna put a new one in it, and hopefully that'll take care of some issues as well. All of this stuff had to be removed, guys, just to be able to get in this area to pull this filter out. So this filter is clogged up. You can see it's got all kind of debris inside this cabin filter, sticks and leaves and stuff. We're gonna head to the auto parts store and get a new filter and install it, and hopefully everything will be okay there. He actually has the AC itself blowing super cold. Actually got it turned down on low, because it is blowing so cold, and it's blowing out pretty hard now that this filter is not stopped up. So we now have the part, guys, and about to head back to the shop. So the Cummins may be in the shop, I'm thinking 2 days at the max. He may be able to get it all done in one day, but I don't know. We just had to see. It'll be a full day, he said, if it is one day. So we kind of guesstimating about 2 days. So in a few moments, this will all be put back together. The mechanic put the Pilot back together. We have the AC box put back together with the air filter. Everything's ready to go there. So I'm going home now to see if I can get the Cummins to the shop and let it cool down for the evening. That way we can be ready for it tomorrow morning.
2 hours later.
So I am currently in the Cummins, as you can see. And sorry about the shaky camera. My mount that I normally have for my camera is broken. It actually fell and broke earlier, so need to replace it after we drop the Cummins off at the shop. But it's actually what I'm on my way to do now is drop it off at the shop and to give you guys a little sneak peek of the parts that we actually purchased that are in-house now. And once again, this build will begin in the morning. So I'll see you guys in a second at the shop. So we have made it to the shop, guys. Let's figure out where they want us to be. Yeah, let's go inside and get a sneak peek at the parts. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it on the inside, guys. So we are, let's leave it about right there. Guys, there it is. That's all of it in its glory. So let's open it up and see what we got. Let's see what's in the first one. All this paper. Ah, there it is. The Bully Dog tuner. That's the GT tuner. So that's gonna look real nice. I'm gonna leave it in the box for right now. We'll get it open tomorrow morning. Well, actually, since it is kind of open here, let's go ahead and just get a little sneak peek of it. Look at the packaging. Pretty neat how they got it all packaged. Uh-oh. All that packaging for that. I'm pretty sure it's wiring harness and stuff like that underneath it, but yeah. So that is ready for tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Here's the next one, guys. Make sure we don't cut too deep. You don't know what's inside. Let's see what we have here. These must be the injectors. Ah, absolutely. The injectors. Let's see here. Let's take a look at one of them. This is gonna be exciting, guys. Let's look at what we got. This is what has been the holdup for us, but at the same coin, we had to wait on it. Couldn't really do much without it. Uh-oh. Look at this monstrosity. Look at the size of those injectors. So these are 250 horsepower injectors. Let's look and see if it has any info on it to tell us. There it is, guys. 250 horsepower injectors there for the 5.9 Cummins. All right, guys, we got another big box. Cut this one open. Let's see what we have. Okay. Oh, okay. This is the air dog. It actually says what it is there. It says the air dog for the lift pump. Got all the harness, hoses, pickup to the actual air dog itself, and a couple other things that go along with it. So pretty interesting. So we got to be able to feed the fuel to the actual engine, especially with running such big injectors. So that's pretty neat. So let's set that to the side. Which one should we open next, guys? Let's go for the next size up. We'll do them in order, according to size. All right, here we go. this is, but this is the Blade Runner intake. Pretty sweet. So it's an AFE Blade Runner intake. You can see it has the little baffles on the inside. So let's move on to the next box. So more air, more fuel, guys, equals more horsepower, which equals more torque. Next size up. Are y'all ready for this? I'm not sure what's in this box, but pretty sure it's something interesting. I think I do know now. This is the cold air intake. Has a bunch of pieces. AFE cold air intake. It's pretty neat. I believe we went with the dry filter on this setup. Look at that filter, guys. This thing is massive. That filter is just massive, guys. Look at it. See if we can get it out of the bag so you can really see. It's a massive filter. I can just about stick my head. Not quite, but huge filter. And to my knowledge, that's a dry filter. It wouldn't need to be oiled. Okay. So guys, I know what this is. This is the complete exhaust system. Let's see. Let's open it up. Alrighty. Got some massive staples in it. Got them open. Let's take a look. Wow. As you can see, guys, the whole exhaust system. This is 5-inch all the way back. Got all the hardware here. All the hangers and stuff. This Cummins is going to sound good and it's going to run good. This is going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to put down some power, guys. So we're going to leave the Cummins here overnight. Gonna hop in my ride here and head back home. I'll see you guys when I get there. So I had to make a pit stop to the Best Buy here local to me to get a new camera. My camera started heating up due to the hot weather rather, so I'm gonna try to get a better camera where it won't heat up as much and be able to continue to get some good footage for you all. A few options here, so I don't know what I'm gonna get yet. So guys, we are leaving the Best Buy here and I got the new camera so that we can continue to get this great footage for you all. So that will more than likely be it for this here video. If you haven't subscribed already, do hit that subscribe button. Also hit the like button and hit the push notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the awesome content that I come out with in the future. And also I will put a link to my last video in the description so that you can catch it if you haven't already, where I drove two 707 horsepower Hellcats, so that's a total of 1,400 horsepower. It was an absolute blast. But until next time.